Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As always, glad you all can join us tonight. A Powers, good evening to you all the way from Houston, Texas. You are absolutely, positively, 100% right. Uh, Houston, Texas did their thing today. It is the hometown of George Floyd. They were 60,000 strong today. They did that. They did that. Uh, awesome. Lama Alaikum. I hope I said it right. My brother Tim's on a live feed tonight. I saw him earlier there and stuff. So I love you big time. I've been trying for months to get my brother to come on the show, and he won't do it. Maybe he'll call in tonight. Who knows and stuff. But always happy when I see my brothers on my live feed. Lisa Robinson, good evening to you. Manny Williams, welcome. Good evening. Miss Tracy Taylor is in the house tonight. J Rock is on time. To God be the glory for that. A Powers is that Dana Hudson. Good evening to you. Welcome to tonight's live broadcast. We have a lot to discuss tonight. I mean, a lot. And as always, I hope I'm going to be able to get to all of it. If not, be the Lord willing, we will return tomorrow. Next week, bro. Tim, I heard next week, the past week, and the past week, and the past month, and the past month, and the past year. What next week are you speaking of? Because I keep missing it. Tonight, again, we offer our condolences to George Floyd's family. It was a very emotional press conference given today from his family. We saw his 6-year-old daughter. She stood at the podium with her mother, who did not last very long. Maybe 3 minutes, 4 tops, I guess. Very painful, very painful. She spoke about how he would never see her graduate. She also spoke about how happy he was when she was born. And she said that he would not be there to walk her down the aisle when she gets married. When things go wrong in her life and she needs dad, dad's no longer there. And I'm assuming it was his brother who spoke after her. And he was uncut. He didn't sugarcoat anything. Trina Hollins, good evening to you. Welcome to the night's live feed. Latoya Beckham, good evening to you. Scorpio is in the house. She told me she would be here. You are a woman of your word. Greatly appreciate you. And so he looked back at the little girl and he said, I'm going to be here. When you graduate, I'm going to be there. When you walk down that aisle, I'm going to walk you down that aisle. I mean, he said that. I literally got chills when he said that. The country is in a mess. There's hatred and racism on every end. Mia, good evening to you. My brother Rich, good evening. Miss Morgan is here. Good evening to you. There's trouble, racism, and hatred on every end. And I hate to tell you this, you may know it, but if you don't, let me tell you, it's not going to get any better. It will get better in time, I hope. But before it gets there, I promise you, you haven't seen hell yet. And I said that because nobody's getting it. I have been arguing for the past, I think, 72 hours with white people and with black people. And I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. Let's do this first. Let's do this first. Thursday, this coming Thursday, Gregory McMichael, Tracy McMichael, and William Bryan, who lynched Ahmaud Arbery, will have a bail hearing. I'm asking each one of you on this live feed, if you're on my Injustice Investigations Facebook page, I'm asking you to share that post. If you see it on our community channel with YouTube, save it, screenshot it, copy it, whatever you have to do. I want you to get the word out. These three racist, diabolical, insignificant individuals do not need to be granted a bond. I don't care if the bond is $5 million. They do not need to be granted a bond. Zachary, what's going on, brother? Welcome. Y'all was 60,000 strong today. I tip my hat to you, brother. I tip my hat to you. Now, this was a lynching in Georgia, broad daylight. There's no reason under the sun for these three white men to be granted a bail. Ahmaud Arbery was not granted an opportunity to leave from in the midst of them. They wouldn't let him go. They lynched him right there. And they was proud of it. They laughed about it. Father and son had approximately, I think, 74 days to enjoy life. And I think William had 80-some days to enjoy life. That's it. That's all they need. That's all they need. It's as simple as that. Now, before we get deep off into tonight's show, let me tell you what's been going on with me, niggas, and a lot of white folks. Felicia Clark, good evening and welcome. Let me see. Now watch this. What you see people doing, and it's not just blacks. There are a lot of white folks out there and a lot of racists out there marching, protesting with them. Jamie Foxx, Nick Cannon, Alicia Keys, and other celebrities are now joining the protest. The protest continues to spread extremely fast across the United States. Not only is it spreading extremely fast across the United States, outside of this country, they are standing up for what happened to George Floyd and what continues to happen to people of color. Mahogany, good evening. Good evening to you. And I'm not being ugly when I say this here, but I do not need white people or black people to tell me that white lives matter too. You don't have to tell me that. I know that. I know that. I know that for a fact. Tina Holland, thank you so much. I love you big time. I don't know, I saw T House on here tonight. Maybe I didn't tell you. Okay, so anyway, but right now, I'm speaking only for me. I'm focusing on black lives right now. And if that's ugly to you, then it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Let me talk about the affliction of my people. Let me talk about the pain that we have to endure because we were born black. Let me tell you about the pain of black people looking at other black people they do not know endure injustices throughout this country. and you begin to cry for somebody that you don't know. So I don't need you to tell me that white lives matter. If I don't know that by now, I'm a damn fool. I'm talking about black lives right now. That's all I'm talking about. I know Mexicans and all other races are out there, but let me do it my way. You do your shit your way, and let me tell it my way. Black people are 2.5 times more likely than whites to have an encounter with police officers throughout this country and end up dead. Simple as that. What you see the protesters doing, setting police stations on fire, setting vehicles on fire, setting businesses, apartments, and homes on fire, and looting. Y'all may not believe this, but we learned this from racist white folks. That's who we learned this from. That's who we learned it from. Now, when I'm angry, and I've tried everything that I could, and I've tried to be as nice as I could, as peaceful as I could, with everything that's within me, not to go violent on your ass. But you still disrespect that. And you, some of you niggas too, and you racist white people, and some of you lost niggas have the audacity to get upset when they're looting out of department stores. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn merchandise. Let's talk about the body in Minneapolis laying on the goddamn street. Let's talk about that. That shit that come out of department stores is insured. And if it's not, I don't give a fuck. Whichever way the protesters want to go with this, more power to you. Do it. I don't give a fuck. What you should be doing, if you don't like how the protesters are protesting, then I suggest you find them racist ass white people and tell them to stop their fucking bullshit. You cannot tell nobody how to mourn or grieve, and you sure as hell can't tell them how to protest. The Bible says a lot of goddamn things. I'm so sick of hearing that goddamn shit. The Bible says this, the Bible says do not this, do not do that. The Bible says a lot of shit that you and I do not always go by. If I pulled your curtain back right now, you'd probably commit suicide and fucking die. So don't try to be holier than God himself. I say this all the time. In slavery days, that's all you had was to hold on to that Bible and God, because them white folks was going to beat your ass if you tried anything else. It's 2020, and I still got to get on my goddamn knees and beg law enforcement and our leaders to do the job they were hired or elected to do because of the color of my goddamn skin. But you upset about people taking mercury. Well, what is that going to help? It's not going to help anything. What the fuck does it help when we are lynched for being black and nearby? What does that do? What does it do? Let's talk about that. You pissed off because they setting shit on fire. Check your history books. White folks did it first. They snatched a racist white mob, snatched Emmett Till up out of a house. Nobody could do anything to save him. because they was niggas. The shit is turning now. The shit you inflicted on us is knocking at your goddamn door right now. It's knocking at your fucking door. But you motherfuckers, and I'm talking to niggas, not to white folks, right? I'm talking to you niggas because you got blacks and you got niggas. I'm talking to you niggas who hold strongly to that damn holy Bible. And you keep getting fucked. You keep getting fucked. You keep getting fucked. But you stay on your goddamn knees praying 24/7 and ain't a goddamn thing changed. Oh, did he really say that? Did he say that? You goddamn right I said. You ought to be tired of getting on your goddamn knees and still getting your ass whipped. And when white folks whip your ass, they gonna tell you how to deal with the goddamn pain. Let me tell you what I'm mad about. Watch this. It happened in a Floyd black neighborhood in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Back in 1921, over 1,200 homes were burned, and the fire stretched for at least 35 blocks. And before it was all over, more than 300 black people were killed at the hands of an angry white mob. May 31st made 99 years since this massacre took place. It was called the worst civil disturbance since the Civil War. An angry white mob entered Greenwood District, also known as the Black Wall Street. As you can imagine, racial tension back then were high, just as they are today. The massacre was sparked by a black teenager named Dick Rowland, who was arrested for allegedly attacking a white female. Here's what happened. An angry white mob, watch this. An angry white mob wanted to lynch the teenager. So white folks broke into stores and stole guns and ammunition and took other items just to do it. That white mob, watch what that white mob did. They set businesses on fire and looted stores. I'm gonna say it again. They set businesses on fire and looted stores. They set homes on fire. Buildings were destroyed. And most of that information was immediately lost. By the time it was all over, not one white person was arrested. However, many black people were placed in handcuffs. Black Wall Street. That's what it was. But some of y'all are more concerned about the white folk shit than you are about the shit that we going through. That shit they can replace. If they can't, I don't give a fuck. Listen to me. They still not getting it. They still not getting it. The message is you can listen to me all fucking goddamn day, but until you hear me, don't nothing change. Officers, a black couple in Atlanta, dragged out of their vehicle, tased for nothing. Now the goddamn thing, just Saturday night, and you motherfuckers are still worrying about things being set on fire and people stealing shit out of goddamn stores. Let's talk about the shit that's not getting no goddamn attention. Us. I watched them cops tase that brother in that car for nothing. He had no weapon. She had no weapon. They students. 5 cops. 2 5, 3 gave. They gave just 32. I watched a white officer I think it happened in California. I think it might have been a white woman or Mexican, but it was a white cop. About 3 or 4 had her down on the ground. One cop, watch this, one white cop, just a few days ago during the protest, had his knee in that woman's neck. And I know this because she said, "Get your knee off my neck. Get your knee off my neck." That motherfucker didn't budge until another cop walked up. "Get your knee off her neck." And then he got up and stopped. They still don't fucking get it. You want us to respect the police while we continue to let the police disrespect us. You want us to continue to march in peace when we are constantly inflicted with violence. Y'all can't be that goddamn stupid. You can't be that goddamn stupid. And another thing, stop telling folks, but the Bible says, how you know everybody believe in the Bible? How do you know that? But if they don't, they're the Antichrist, right? Okay, we're through with that bullshit. You don't get it. They don't get it. And you're not trying to get it. The protests are spreading extremely fast now. Why? Because they're pissed. We said it the other night. This is centuries of being lynched, racially profiled, done wrong, wrongfully incarcerated, wrongfully convicted. The shit reached the boiling point. Instead of getting upset with the protesters for how they're doing it, why don't you get off your goddamn ass and go out there and protest with them? And maybe you can whisper something in somebody's ear and they'll see it in a different way. Won't you try that shit instead of putting, I'm in agreement with this and stuff. I just don't like all the looting and stealing stuff. Who needs your fucking approval? Who? I don't give a damn who you are. I don't give a fuck how rich you are. I don't give a damn about your degrees on that wall. You realize one thing. People were died, they were lynched. Some of them were set on fire while they were still alive. So you could be able to have that goddamn degree and put it on that wall. And here comes affirmative action, which made somebody sit down and read your goddamn resume and look at your degrees. That's how you got there. That's how you got there. Very impressive resume. If it wasn't for affirmative action, your resume wouldn't mean shit. Some of y'all are only there not because you're qualified, but because of affirmative action. That's why your ass is there. Don't lose track. Catch yourself. You're getting beside yourself. You go in them goddamn stores, them Iranian stores. You buy all that goddamn hair. Down to your goddamn ass. That shit be so heavy on some of y'all head. You walking like this here. You don't see white women running in black stores trying to deny their identity. Look, I just lost 3. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. It's okay to come back and be black. What's that rapper name? Lil Wayne. When that motherfucker was poor, he saw throughs the way I see them and the way you see them. But now he got $1 in his goddamn pocket. He don't see it our way no more. When you get a little money, your views change about shit. Things change. You see things in a different way. We would never be accepted if they cared about us. Now watch this. Somebody gonna agree to this, I hope. If they cared about us, if they cared about what we're speaking about, if they cared about the police departments being burnt down, if they cared about cars being set on fire, if they cared about what happened to George Floyd on May 25th, the protesting probably would be over by now. It's simple. You got 3 white men, or whatever they are, put handcuffs on the motherfucker. Let me know that you feel me. Let me know that you feel me. Fuck the goddamn, burn that bitch down. mic down. I don't give a fuck. We're not being heard. You want us to listen to you all. It never changes. Listen to us, stop protesting, or do it peacefully, and then we can all come together. No, we can all never, ever come together. I'm not going to tell them to be peaceful. Whatever the fuck they feel, do it. Cops going to die, citizens going to die. It's going to happen. But these folks are frustrated. I guess some of y'all going to have to get a knock on the door and say, your son didn't have a gun, but he happened to be a nigger and a white cop saw him and he fit the description of somebody that needs to be in a goddamn casket and knock his ass off the fucking planet. Then you will understand the protesters. We got to do it their way. No, this time we're going to get justice the way we want. One way or another, we're going to get it. Either you're with us or you're not. It's simple as that. It's as simple as that. I've taken so many people off my goddamn YouTube channel and Facebook page in the last 72 hours. I don't give a fuck. Because I don't want to hear the bullshit that you're saying. I just can't believe that you're promoting violence. I can't fucking believe that the cops are promoting violence. But you don't address that shit. You had 2 vehicles. And NYPD commissioner uphold the officers that took their vehicles and ran over protesters. Well, see, but y'all don't know what we go through. I like, fuck what happened. You're talking about past tense. An hour ago, past tense. You upholding your officers for taking their vehicles and protesting. That's how you do it. What is he telling you? Fuck you. We don't give a fuck. Well, now they know. We don't give a fuck either. We're not going to do it your way no more. We're not. Doing it your way got me Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Anthony Childs, Trevinski Oldham, and now George Floyd. You better wake up. You better wake up and stop living in a fucking make-believe world. These white folks don't give a fuck about your ass. They don't. But you care about their shit. Donald Trump put the economy before humans. Some of you all putting the merchandise before humans. Y'all sick. Y'all fucked up. You need to get that shit checked out. Well, his family, George Floyd's family, came and made a press conference and said they don't want no violence. They want you to protest peacefully. Okay, they did. Here's what you don't understand. We heard them loud and clear. But guess what? This is not personal. This is just not about George Floyd. This shit go back centuries. Now tell them that shit. Tell them that shit. It ain't just about George Floyd. You got to have a goddamn talk with your child to get him to do a psychological adjustment before he walk out that door so he'll know how to interact with cops when cops should be learning how to interact with us. White folks don't do that shit. When have you seen Al Sharpton sitting next to a goddamn white woman on CNN calling for justice? When? "72 hours. Las Vegas police have arrested over 338 people. A cop was shot in the head in Las Vegas. He was having a fight allegedly with a suspect. Someone came from behind, shot him in the head. He's on life support. Now, I don't know his race. I didn't care. I don't look it up. Here's the thing. You want me to shed tears about this. You want me to call Congress, go to Congress, and tell them about people killing cops. They should stop. I want you to think about this shit.
You want to lower the flags half-staff because the cop been shot in the line of duty, off duty. That's what you want. Really? Really? Well, let me tell you what we want. We want to fucking live. That's what we want. Tammy always 100 never fakes it. I just had a talk with my son today. And that's sad when you have to sit down with your child and talk with them on how to address officers when they're stopped by them. But you know in the back of your mind, Tammy, in the back of your mind, you know this here. Hands up, hands down. If they want to kill my child for no goddamn reason, they're going to do it. That's a black mother's fear. That what she gave birth to, somebody would walk up and end his life or end her life. They're not listening to us. When you get a low-down, trifling, diabolical, racist, super stupid son of a bitch to give a thumbs up to the white boys that were protesting the stay-at-home orders, at the same time exercising their rights to bear arms. Oh, they're good people. They want to work. Black folks, goddamn thugs, shoot them. Shoot them. Washington, D.C., outside of the White House, every media outlet that was there have all said the same thing. Not one said something different. Every media outlet that was there said the same goddamn thing. They were very peaceful. They weren't doing shit. But the order was given, Russia. He wants to walk across the street and hold a Bible. Bitch, 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 bitch. So why do they do that now? Well, some of his aides said that he was hurt when they said Friday night that he had to be rushed down into the bunker for safety. So he wanted to show them that he was not scared. Let me tell you something, bitch. They was throwing bottles and rocks at Secret Service. Your ass, if they want you, bitch, they will come for your goddamn bitch ass. But you did that because you want to be a dictator. Governors are weak. No, governors are fucking smart. You are not trying to de-escalate the situation. You're making it worse every time you open your goddamn mouth because you're a fool with a problem. You're a fool with a problem. You are a threat not only to the United States, to the whole goddamn world. And you hold up like, I am law and order. Bitch, you ain't even no goddamn real president. You're an acting president until we get Joe Biden in there. That's it. And you add curfews. Let me tell you something. That's making it worse. All they're doing when they come up with a curfew saying, we don't want to hear that shit, fuck y'all. You don't give them folks no fucking curfew because you don't want to deal with them. Hear them out. Listen to them. Just think about it. 3 men could probably, it won't end now, I promise you that, but 3 men, if you put them in a jail cell, the protest would probably decrease just a little, but eventually they'll stop. But every second, every minute, every hour, every day that you don't, it tells us you don't give a fuck. I got to make you put handcuffs on. I have to make you do that. And that's your job. That's your goddamn job. But you're upholding criminals as if they done nothing wrong. The bishops, pastors, evangelists have all spoken out about Donald Duck and that Bible. He did that out of spite. I just want to show you I can do this here. You look back in history. You look back in history and tell me a president that was equal to him. Tell me. This motherfucker make Nixon look like a goddamn Boy Scout. All hell is breaking loose. All hell breaking loose. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody gives a damn. Shreveport, Louisiana, back in April last year, Felicia Clark photo op, exactly, because they're going to use as part of its campaign for 2020. How dirty can you be? How low will you go? I like what former President Bush said today, and I'm paraphrasing. He said, it's time basically for whites to get on this side and see what we haven't seen and try to make things better. Go with them. Go with them. Go with them. We know all white people are not racist. And I shouldn't have to say that. I shouldn't have to say that. But every time I speak out against racism, Mr. Scott, racist. Whatever the fuck you think. I don't give a damn anymore. I don't have the energy nor the time to keep saying, no, I'm not. If you think that, I don't give a fuck. But guess what? I would never stop speaking out against racism. Never. Trevinski Oldham, 27-year-old black male. Last year, April, we were getting ready to go on air. And my wife and I was going over some notes. Facebook was on. And a live video popped up. Someone was filming a lot of cars. We saw a white truck, we saw lights, so we just watched it. And we watched a man get killed in real time. We watched it. We watched it. And I was late going on air because it messed me up. In a matter of seconds, there were over 170 shots fired. In a matter of seconds. Over 100 and some shots fired. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to paint Trevinski Oldham out to be a saint, because he wasn't. Eddie Mae's boy is not. But the way the situation was handled was bad from the beginning. Trevinski Oldham, and I hope his dad is still on the live feed tonight, had recently been released from prison. During his time in prison, his mother passed. He was in Louisiana. His mother was in Louisiana. Couldn't go to the funeral, couldn't go to the wake, couldn't go for his body. They were close. Weighed heavy on him when he got out. Long story short, he got on drugs. Distant care no more. He got a 25 automatic, 3 bullets in it. 2, before he took the truck, Tahoe, was pumped out in someone's leg. So if we know there was 3 bullets in the 25 automatic and he pumped out 2, how many bullets are left in the gun? Anybody can answer it. Anybody can answer it. How many bullets were left in the gun if he had 2 or 3 and he pumped out 2? I'm gonna wait till somebody answers. While y'all get it together, do your math. I want to take a sip of my tea. My brother Rich. Bullseye. Bingo. 1 bullet. Trevinski Oldham led law enforcement in Shreveport, Louisiana, Cattle Parish, on a chase that lasted from maybe 30 to 45 minutes. Mr. Oldham, if you're still on the live feed, go ahead and call in, please. And I know they're frustrated when people don't act accordingly or won't stop for them. They got to chase you and they tired. I can understand that. Well, not only was he depressed, he was on drugs, his mind was messed up. He may have been on a suicide mission. Well, Dock Odom, who was his father, stopped by the office yesterday to go over his son's case with me. Now, he called 911 and told them, the individual in that truck is my son, Trevinski Odom. I know he's done wrong. But I want you to know that he's not in his right mind right now. He's depressed, talking about his mom and other things. Well, another family member called and echoed everything Mr. Odom had said to dispatch when he called. Now, what's my point? My point is this. It should make you want to try to assess a situation another way, to address it another way, before you just open fire on his ass because you're pissed. He's got some things going on. But we don't have nobody on the scene that's qualified to do that. Well, I suggest you all start getting people ready to do such things as this. Someone should have came out and said, let me try to speak with him first. And if that doesn't work and he goes off, then you do what you have to do. Okay. They did. Trevinski Oldham was shot and killed by law enforcement in Shreveport, Louisiana. In a matter of seconds, again, over 170-some bullets were fired. When Trevinski Oldham was at the intersection of, I think it's Jewella and the Greenwood Road, the truck began to drift because he did this. Now, we know that is a sign of surrender. We know that. But before it was all over, here's what he did. He called his girlfriend, who was pregnant with his child, and he told her what was going on. And he said, I already know they're going to kill me. He'd been depressed. Earlier, he may have wanted to die, but at that time, he didn't want to go. He wanted to see his child. But he knew they was going to kill him, and he told her that. And he said, I just want you to hear it. I'm going to lay the phone. She said, no, don't lay the phone down. I don't want to hear it. Hang it up. They hung it up, laid it down. I spoke with her. A few seconds, a minutes later, I can't remember. She called right back. She called back. And he didn't answer. And she knew then that Trevinski Oldham was dead. After a thorough investigation, here's what they said as far as the shooting. There were 49 shots fired at Trevinski Oldham. 19 of those shots hit Trevinski Oldham. Now, hold on, Miss Odom. Hold on. I have Miss Odom on line. Hold on, Miss Odom. Now, 19 of those shots, they said, hit Trevinski Oldham. I have all the paperwork here, all of it. Well, they're lying. It was more than 49 shots. It was 100 and some shots. Now, you got to know one thing. The coroner, medical examiner, or whatever, government official, they work with the police. If I said this was an overkill, that would be an understatement. But tonight, I have his father on the line, and I have been in close contact with him from the first time I got a call from California to look into this. Mr. Odom.
Yes, sir.
How you doing this evening, Mr. Odom?
I'm doing excellent.
Okay, I'm there's some talking or something in the background. Can you turn it down a bit? I'm getting the feedback.
Okay. She turned it down.
Okay. First of all, thank you for calling in, and I'm glad you was watching tonight's show. If you will, before we get into the case a little more, just tell the people about your son, who he was.
His name was Trevinski Odom. And I'm going to tell you, this is the whole story. Steve Creighton got mad because my son beat the judicial system. He sent him to Angola 65 years. And he got with an older guy in Angola. And the older guy told him the books. The first thing is he gave Trevinski some money to trust him. And Trevinski held on to the money. And about a month's time, the guy come back to get the money. Then turn around, the guy told him, he said, well, I can trust you. And I'm going to take you to the library, Angola's judicial library. And I'm going to teach you the system. And Trevinski went with him. And to turn around, to make a long story short, the guy taught Trevinski the books in the library.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to Trevinski turning his paperwork in, and along with this, the boy that put Trevinski in jail, the son of a bitch lied. And his brother, DeAndre Miles, was locked up in Caddo Parish with the guy and told him, said, nigga, you got my brother locked up for 65 years. So you need to write this affidavit or it's gonna be me and you. And the guy was a drug dealer over in Cedar Grove. Trevinski and his girlfriend was walking to the store to get coffee at 5 o'clock in the morning. Whoever robbed this fella that he's supposed to been had robbed,
Mm-hmm.
had the same clothes on that Trevinski had on. And the thing is, to make it real short, Mr. Scott, the guy pretty lied and had my son locked up for 65 years. But he did, I think it was like 6 or 8 years of that time. And during that time, his mama died. And he couldn't take it no more. And the thing was, he was messed up. I had his back, but he wasn't a daddy's boy. He was a mama's boy.
Uh-huh.
And the whole thing is, a lot of these kids right now, you take them home to your mom, you take them home to your dad, you got to let somebody go. Whoever is living, that's who you got to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
To have your back. And the thing, too, Steve Prater, when they ran my son's name, they knew that he had been in trouble since he was a juvenile. And the whole scenario boiled down, when they ran his name and they found out who he was and that he had been in trouble off and on, done had stolen cars, this and that and everything, Steve Prater was ready to take him out. And that motherfucker there, if I could get him, I'd get him my motherfucking self. But the thing is, I'm going to leave it to the good Lord to get him. And the society, to get him out of the motherfucking seat. Because my thing is, I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't like no motherfucking police officer. I don't give a damn about a police officer. I don't care. And the whole thing is that Trevinski beat Shreveport's system. And when they ran his name, it was pretty murder. They shot my son in the back of the neck, broke his neck, and he was dead at the first shot. And all these other 176 shots, I wish I could catch every last one of them that shot the pistol. I wish I could. Because right now, I'm pissed. I'm very pissed. Me yourself, I could go to Tier 1 and blow every motherfucker it is that's on the police force up. I'm tired. I am so tired. They killing up all the black people in Shreveport, New Orleans, everywhere. And all these motherfucking cops, they want to hide behind a fucking badge. A badge don't think shit to me. Not in my back, or you gonna tase me. If you tase me, I'm gonna tell you I got a heart condition. You kill me, you gonna pay for it because I got a daughter that's gonna stand behind my motherfucking back.
Trevinski Odom's son has since been born, right?
That's right. He was born. My grandson was born. He was born 8 days after my son was killed April the 10th. His birthday was April the 11th, and 8 days later, my grandbaby was born. And his name, and I'm going to say this, his name is Trevinski Ontario Jr. Trevinski Ontario Oldham Jr. You fuck with him, you fuck with me.
Mr. Odom, on the night that your son was killed, how did you find out what was going on?
My niece, Miss Dana Quackenboy, she called me. And she told me that he was in a high-speed chase with the police, and he was talking about doing this and doing that.
So when you called dispatch to tell them about your son, right?
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
I told them he had a mental issue. He couldn't take the thing about his mother being dead and everything. And I told them, I said, please, don't kill him. Just apprehend him, tase him, or whatever you got to do. Please don't kill my son.
And so,
then a few minutes later, I got back on the phone with my grandson's mom.
okay.
And then I told her, I got Justina on the other line. And I called Justina back. Justina, she was talking. And I just got off the phone with dispatch. Maybe they won't do whatever they're going to do. And so eventually, I got off the phone with Justina. I called dispatch back. And excuse my friend. Whoever this fucking woman was behind on dispatch, she told me, we got him apprehended. The bitch didn't tell me my son was dead. And that's why I hate Shreveport right now. She didn't tell me my son was dead. She read along with Steve Prater and his rotten ass. And along with the state troopers and whoever else it is in Shreveport on the law system. And that's why I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
So when, as much as you can, there was a lawsuit filed by Trevinski Oldham against DOC
in Angola.
Okay.
Well, they tried to molest him.
Okay.
And then he turned around. He filed a lawsuit against him. And then they wanted to, the attorney, she didn't want to talk to me because she knew I knew the law. She wanted to talk to my grandbaby's mama. She told me I didn't have nothing to do with it. Well, I said, well, that's my son. And she was damn live. I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's my son. Then they wanted to offer my son, my grandbaby, $1,500 out of $1.5 million lawsuit.
Okay, so the lawsuit started out with asking, I guess, 1.5 million, right?
That's right.
Okay, so how do we get from 1.5 million to what, 1,500?
1,500.
How do we get there?
Tell me. I reckon she in with Steve Prater and all the rest of them.
Okay, so there was a lawsuit, and you said there was some allegations about sexual assault or something like that. Was it at Angola or Hunts or where?
It was in Angola. One of the security guards, they found out. I always told Trevinski on the phone whenever he called me and I talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if you do, seal your mouth like you got super glue on it. I said, when they find out you finna get out, they're gonna try to kill you. And so one of the security guards gave an inmate, I don't know if it was a 9-4 from home
Mm-hmm.
She's a money hungry ass motherfucking woman. She hungry. She hungry. Cause I'm gonna tell you like this. The reason I say she hungry, she don't want to deal with a real man. I wear my pants. I put my pants on one leg at a time. She don't want to deal with me. She want to deal with my grandson's mama. And thinking that I don't have contact with my grandson's mama. Yes, I do. And I told her, do not take no $1,500. My son's life was more than $1,500.
Exactly. Rawson, thank you so much. Mr. Odom, before we go, when was the last time you saw your son?
Last time I saw my son, he was over here in Monroe with me, and he left here and went to Shreveport. And I begged him, I said, don't go. You're going to get in trouble. I tried to keep him down here. That's one reason I left Shreveport, because I was tired of the laws. And I don't care. They don't bother me. Because one thing about me, Mr. Scott, I done lived my life. I done lived my life. But I wanted my son to continue to live his when I found out that he had a baby on the way.
Exactly.
He's the only one that could carry the oldest name on. And the thing is, I love my son up until my day of coming to the end. But I also say this: God has kept me here for a reason. I got a daughter. I got stepdaughters. I got goddaughters. I got grandkids and everything. God keeping me here for a reason. And I'm going to protect whoever I got to protect. Along with this young lady that I'm here at the house with. You know, I'm going to protect who I got to protect.
Okay. Mike Woods, thank you so much. Mr. Odom, you know, we with you 100%, and we're going to see this thing through with you. I have nothing but mad respect for you and your family there. This is I wanted you to hear the pain of a dad losing his son at the hands of police officers. I have children. I've never experienced this, so I can't say I know what Mr. Odom and others are going through. But if I just told his story, Trevinski Oldham's story, you probably would listen, but you wouldn't feel it like you would from a parent. So that's why we wanted Mr. Odom to come on in. And this is not even close to everything that happened that day and stuff. This is just in a nutshell for the sake of time and stuff, you know. But everybody's somebody's child, you know. I haven't always done right myself, but I haven't always done wrong either. And that's one of the things that we can't go into right now. But this is the pain, sir.
And Mr. Scott, see, you know, I'm so mad right now. I'm mad at the world. I just lost my cousin a month ago. Then I lost his son last week. Then I turned around, I lost my other cousin. All three of some people. And I got a reason to be mad. I have a reason to be mad. All these are my family people. My son, he's my heart. Then my grandson, he's my heart. When he comes to Midland, I'm there. Whether it's hell or high water. Because like I said earlier, if the good Lord bless me to live to be 101, to see him grow up, he just started walking. And to see him grow up to at least be 10, I'll be more than happy. But the thing is, if anybody put their hand on him, they got to mess with me. Because if he comes here me, I'm coming for him.
Okay, Ms. Odom, I will talk with you in a little while. And thanks for calling in. Tell your wife and your other family members that I say hello.
Okay, and I'm going to continue to listen in.
I thank you, Miss Odom, but you know we're going to be here with you until the end, and I promise you that.
I'm praying and hoping that we can get justice. You know, like they said, they lied on the report to my he was shooting out the window. Just like me and you talked yesterday, that was a hell of a gun to be shooting them bullets out of. And then when they found the gun, it still had one bullet in it.
So, right, I'm glad you brought that back up. But so I want to make sure I was telling the story correctly. When it started out, it was a 25 automatic with how many bullets when it first started?
Richard told me his pops, he didn't have but 3 bullets. He shot the boy twice. What's that lesson? 1. So, riding around through Shreveport, and they found out he's shooting out the window. I want to see the dash cam. That's what I want to see. I want to see everything it is. I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. As the old folks used to say, put it on the table so we can look at it. Exactly. Then I'll believe it.
Exactly.
He probably put it out the window, but he didn't have but 1 bullet.
Mr. Odom, before we go, they're saying that they feel your pain. Ms. Hot Pink says, thank you, caller, for calling in. God bless you and your family. And Tammy always says, justice for your son.
I'm gonna get. We're gonna get justice. We're gonna get justice. We're gonna get justice. I'm gonna guarantee you that it's coming.
Okay. As always, thank you all for tuning in to tonight's live broadcast. If Lord willing, we will come back tomorrow. But maybe now you can understand some of the protests that's going on. This is just years and years of things filling up with being mistreated from not only law enforcement, but other white people just because the color of our skin. So it's not just about George Floyd. This goes back centuries, and the pipe has just burst. That's it. It's just burst. And for all of you who continue to get upset with the protesters and how they're doing it, I wonder what would happen if you got just as mad with racist killer white cops as you are with the protesters. Maybe things would get better a whole lot faster. You're putting material things over a human life. And sir?
Look, I just want to put this to this right here. I was married to Trevinski Oldham. She got killed on April 16th. I was married to her 27 years. We wasn't together out of them 27 years. Probably 10 of them we wasn't together. But we were still married. Mm-hmm. And the thing was that we were still married. We still had a child we had to raise. The thing is, I wasn't gonna let my son down regardless. Regardless what it was or what he wanted to do, but I wasn't gonna let him down. And it's just like I told you when I went and put my cross up the other day. When I left there, he popped one of the balloons to let me know that he still see my vibes. On the corner of Jewel and Herman Avenue. Jewel and Greenwood Road.
You all have a good night. Big Lord willing, we will come back tomorrow night, and we may start doing breaking news stories throughout the day tomorrow with the protests that's going on, since they are spreading extremely fast across this country and outside of this country. People are tired, but just let me make this quick point. It's not just black people marching. All races are out there marching because I think Tammy said it. We fed up. And before you judge us or condemn us for the way we're acting because we're frustrated, maybe you need to try to talk to us so you can at least maybe not feel, but understand some of our pain. They keep wanting us to be peaceful, but they keep inflicting violence upon us. What else do we do? What else do we do? We tried it their way, and now you're still not hearing us. You're listening, but you're not hearing, because if you have been hearing us, would have been hearing us, those 3 white guys would be in jail by now. It's just as simple as that. I'm Al Scott with the Justice Investigation. As always, thank you all for tuning in. You all have a good night. Mr. Odom, I will talk with you in the morning. I love you big time, man.
Okay, call me in about 10 minutes. I'm if you can.
I will.
Okay.
All right, bye, Mr. Odom.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.
Yeah.